1927, Egypt. In the black of night, there's a rumbling of a storm that brews off in the distance. As surrounding you is an ancient graveyard, lit by a dim lantern. As the lantern rises, a familiar face. Eliza Barnes, what have you been up to in the last year?
Pretty much have stayed close to Cairo and whatnot, and have been gathering my own little sort of gang and whatnot, just to become one of the greats. I want to be remembered, and what's the best way to do that? Well, you get a lot of people that know what they're doing, and you make a lot of money.
You do not traverse this burial ground alone. Standing by your side, watching your back, is no other than Jake Triggerfinger Jackson.
That was hot.
What brings you on this adventure? What have you been up to in the last year?
Well, unlike her, my life has gone to hell. I went back to Georgia, and as soon as I got to my house, 3 gang members from my old gang showed up in my house, forcing me to give over the treasure. I, of course, fought back, but I got stabbed. And I was able to get away and take the treasure and all that, but
I'm putting on my lip balm.
Just went bad after that. I went on the run. Turns out I'm on the FBI most wanted list. So, that's nice.
That's new to me.
Yep. So after that, I started to realize, oh yeah, this treasure is probably cursed, so I tried to chuck it off a bridge. But then next thing you know, I got ID'd by a police officer. I was taken in, and then it turns out I have a child.
What?
What?
16 years.
16?
I owe $500,000 in child support.
What?
So, it was just
Been
terrible after that, and but you know what? I decided to just escape and get onto a boat, travel all the way back to Egypt, and that's where I joined up with hero Eliza. And my life has been still pretty shitty, but I'm still, you know, trucking through.
At least you're in better company.
Trucking along, yeah.
Well, to work on that massive debt, the prospect of treasure looms through this graveyard. Holding your gear, Eliza, is a young, hopeful treasure seeker. Her name's Mira. She's about 22 years old. She's a local. She kind of crowds your space a little bit because she's so eager to like watch your movements and everything. She's got like your shovel and all your excavation tools and everything, just hanging around. And at the front of this graveyard, there is your navigator who took you here. A mysterious man. He's never told you his name. He's tall, around 6'2". He wears these white robes and expedition gear. Dark features, dark tan skin, thick black beard, and probably about rib length, long black hair. He's tying up the camels, and he's looking around this graveyard very curiously. He seemed to have led you through the desert as almost as if he knew this place before. The tombstones that surround you are littered with caked in dust and broken hieroglyphics and markings, but you're looking for a very specific grave, the sarcophagus of the head paladin of the Order of Ra. How do you go about this graveyard? What's your first move?
Are there any tombstones that look a little more extravagant than others?
We're looking for particular symbols or something that catches your attention. As you notice that deep within this graveyard, now this is a massive graveyard too. It goes for like a half mile in each direction. This is an ancient burial ground. You do see that there are 4 pillars that stick out. That there seems to only be one tombstone heading in the center of that.
Can I make sure there's any traps?
Roll it.
Oh, I got 90. Nope.
Nice.
You hear, as it gets faster and faster and faster, before you can react, you see that there is almost a small cat-sized scorpion that's coming at you with its tail going, as you notice that Mira smashes it with your shovel, Eliza, and cracks its exoskeleton, comes back. I thought you were supposed to be the veteran here.
I was looking somewhere else. You can't blame me. It's okay.
Eliza, what do you do?
I'm gonna look for traps.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for traps because clearly someone else didn't.
I tried.
31. That's a success.
You try and brush as best you can to find traps. You do not. As you look at this tombstone heading, you can see that it's been sabotaged, intentionally broken. It's been like clipped off. Will you please make a history check for me?
Yeah, success.
Ooh, okay. As you piece together parts of these clumps of rocks, and you do see that you make out a symbol of Ra.
Ooh.
Mira kind of rushes up to you and kind of nudges your shoulder and like, start digging?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna take a step back.
Eliza, that's messed up.
Oh, you're one to talk. Do you want to do it? Be
No,
my guest.
I do not.
With the luck that you have,
Yes,
be
I
my
know.
guest.
That's exactly why I shouldn't do it. That's probably why I didn't get the spy.
The last time I checked, I'm also paying you, so start digging.
All right.
Mira tosses it at you.
I got one hand.
Strength check.
Pass.
Sand, rock, metal. And you kind of can scrape across, and we make an archaeology check.
Success.
You perfectly excavate a golden sarcophagus. In fact, if this was easier to transport and not so heavy, this would be worth a fortune in itself. There are hieroglyphs on this sarcophagus as well as a latch, which preserves what's inside.
Man, where's Philomena when you need her to read these hieroglyphics?
You want me to give it a try?
To read them?
Yeah,
Sure.
I know a couple of things.
Amuse me.
No.
I'm gonna look to the navigator. Can you read these? You look like you kind of knew the path more than maybe you should, which is a little bit suspicious, but I'll digress.
Do you know a guy named Alex by any
He
chance?
shakes his head no.
Okay, all right.
It's him. It's him wearing a wig.
Hey, I feel like it's you wearing a wig. I knew it!
He shakes his head no. He goes to look at the hieroglyphics. Within instantaneously, he looks back at you. We're here.
All right then.
Where
Lock.
is it?
Roll it. Please don't fail.
Oh,
Don't
oh no.
like,
Watch everyone die before we even meet up.
I know this is me.
He was more
how
brave
does this
than
game
us.
work again?
Pass. She passed.
As you're lockpicking, click, and you hear an almost like a pressure release of something rushing out as you put your hands back as a poisoned, almost like knife kind of pierces out to catch you as it is unlocked now.
All right, who's gonna open it?
I guess I will. Although that poison knife looked like it almost stabbed you. I think. Okay. All right. I'll
Strength
do it.
check.
Strength check. 44 pass.
How do you open the sarcophagus?
Well, since I'm afraid, I'm just gonna use the butt of my gun. Just kind of dig in there, and then just.
The lid slides off and then buries into the ground just instantaneously, incredibly heavy, as revealing itself as a jumbled mess of linen and these kind of little artifacts to Ra, just some things that he's buried with, as you do see skeletal remains, dusty skeletal remains. The item that you seek is not currently there.
I'm like dig through the sarcophagus.
Spot hidden.
Success.
It's a shine. There is almost like an ethereal hum to it too. So you look in, and it seems that there was a golden seal that slipped as the flesh decayed. It slipped into the bones, and kind of in the rib cage area, you do see this seal.
A baby seal.
What do you do?
It's fluffy.
I'm just gonna be like, oh, hold these. I'm gonna start take bones.
Oh!
Oh my god.
As you defile.
I assume they're like now on scattered.
Yes. As you desecrate the tomb of this head paladin of the Order of Ra, you do have an easy access. Do you take it?
Yeah.
She's one that's not.
You find the seal of Ra. You don't know what it does, but
Give it to him.
you have it. As
To take it out.
you notice that everything goes quiet.
You give it to me.
You're already cursed.
You guys
double
are
cursed.
6 feet down in this pit. You, Mira, Jake Jackson, and this navigator are all in the 6-foot pit as everything goes quiet above you.
Fine.
Spewing out of the sand beneath you. These snakes, these 2-foot-long snakes come howling out, hissing at you, lunging. What do you do?
I'm gonna shoot at every single last one of these damn snakes, dude.
Okay, sounds good to me. Roll your auto.
Dude, 80, literally.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got 80.
Reenact me how you're shooting these snakes.
Every single last one. Like push Eliza and Mira behind.
As you get shoved to the wall, the other side, you and Mira get shoved to the wall, he's holding off this first wave that were ambushing you. As you notice that they just keep coming. They just keep flying at you.
Why do they keep coming to me?
Eliza, what's your move?
I'm climbing.
It's about all the budget on snakes.
You climb out.
Snakes.
As you notice that the navigator also he almost gracefully lunges off the sarcophagus and lands perfectly on the thing. Is you notice that Mira, the youngling, is struggling as she's reaching. Jake Jackson, what are you doing? There's still snakes coming at you. Make a dodge.
Make a dodge?
Yeah.
61, I passed.
You are still dodging. These snakes are flying all over. Just endlessly pouring out as they keep dodging.
Funny.
Eliza, what do you do for Mira?
I'm going to reach my hand down.
Strength check.
Oh, God.
As a snake comes and almost gets Mira's ankle, you do grab her and you lift her up. It's just Jake Jackson now in this pit. What do you do, bud?
Okay, now I'm just gonna just climb. I got everybody else.
Make a climb check.
Oh, I passed barely.
You see Jake Jackson just scurrying up. Oh. As you're reaching up and climbing, you notice that part of the ground slips. Happy curse! As it slips, as you fall backwards into the snake pit. As they all,
shirt.
yes. Sleight of hand. Bye. Oh. As you're going back, whoop, you're like, oh great, the curse. As you reach that shirt and you grab him up, as the navigator asks to see the seal.
Oh no.
It's in the pit.
No.
Spot hit it, Eliza.
Oh wait, it's right here. Son of the dead snakes.
We're doing great.
There you go. No.
I think home dog looks very suspicious.
That's why I ain't giving it.
Yeah, you can look at it.
Love something.
You hired me for a reason. Let me see it.
Fucking again, it's desert.
He looks at it almost as if he knows it. He knows his way around it.
This guy, he puts it
Who
in his
hired
mouth.
him?
I'm not even here and I don't like him.
You must hurry.
Tastes like future.
Hurry.
Birmingham, England.
Fucking terrible place.
On the tarmac of the airport, a Rolls Royce as waiting.
Do I park it?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, you're waiting in your car at this airport for a late arrival of your good friend Gwen. This year has visibly been rough on you.
In a shithole.
As will you please tell us what your last year has been up to?
Honestly, not great. I spent most of my time in my flat in London trying to put together the pieces of my life. After Alfie died, I've been not doing well. Just been spending most of my days getting drunk in the pub and stumbling back home. Gwen's been trying her best to take care of me, but it's not been fun. So I sent her on an expedition using some of Alex's money just to get her out of my hair, because I feel like I don't want to be a burden to her. She doesn't have to take care of me. So I got rid of her, and during that time when she's been away, I've been trying to get the Ashmolean Institute back together, but because we really didn't get anything during the expedition except some money, it's been falling apart, and there's no artifacts or anything that we can really bring in more donors. So it's been a struggle, and I don't know how much longer I can take it.
Well, as you're reflecting in the car,
Therapy. That's not a big thing in the 20s.
so I'm just imagining that you're at the wheel, just staring into the void and waiting for Gwen to land, yeah? Or how are you waiting? 'Cause
Yes.
it's a little bit late. You check your watch and it's
I was supposed to arrive an hour ago.
Yes, we're back in Oxford. My father reached out to me because he wants to meet up, so I'm there, and I'm just kind of not really in the best headspace. I did get a haircut though. That's one good
It
thing.
looks
You look
fantastic.
your best.
It looks fantastic. As you notice that as you're standing, sitting at the airport here, a big shadow comes looming overhead as you start to hear the rumbling of a legit blimp, expedition blimp, the size of the tarmac, just landing.
This is what my money's going to.
Yes. This
Not your money.
giant blimp
Sure. Oh yes. Sure. It's not my money.
hits the tarmac. There's a moment as then the doors open, as this magnificent staircase kind of comes down or hatches down, as in slow motion, almost heroic fashion, walks out Gwendolyn Green. It's like Monsters Inc. when the scarers are coming onto the floor. As you are just walking down these steps. You're seeing this all in slow motion because you're drunk too. As Gwen, you spot Clyde in his car like this. What do you do?
Knock on the window.
Ah, fucking shit balls. Oh my god! How was that trip?
It was honestly fantastic.
Great. I'm so glad to hear.
How have you been?
Honestly,
I left you. When I left you, I was extremely
I'm-
worried. But your letters.
thriving. I'm so excited to be here in my childhood home. I love it. Tell me about you. What's going on in the north?
Well, since we got our funding from Dmitri,
The Russian
the
man.
Russian oligarch.
The Russian man got the money.
Yes, since I got that letter.
We love Russians.
And because they found all of those remains in Greenland, they thought, why don't we go farther north?
Of course.
And
Did we find anything? Any artifacts that we can bring back to the Ashmolean Institute?
well, no, not artifacts, but we do believe that we found the North Pole.
The fuck? How does that help us?
Why would it help you?
We're trying to have artifacts at the Institute. It's going
Well,
under.
there are the remains that I told you about we found in Greenland.
Okay, did we get them? Did you retrieve
Well,
them?
they have to go back to Russia first, and then they can
Wait.
make their way here.
Hold on. What Russians were you actually talking to? It was all fake. There's no Russians. I was the one that funded the expedition.
No, Dmitri came with us.
Who the fuck is Dmitri?
The letter.
Fuck. We're fucked. We're fucked.
What are you talking about? You funded the
Wait,
expedition.
I funded the expedition with Alex's money.
What are you talking about?
Fuck! Where? Who was this Russian guy?
He told me his name was Dmitri.
Holy shit, we're so fucked. Oh my god.
I gave it to him because it was his money.
I'm glad you had a nice time.
What do you,
Because we're fucked.
what do you mean we're fucked? You,
Because I didn't hire Dmitri.
Spot hidden, Clyde.
who did you hire? Since this was your expedition all
Honestly,
along.
I don't know. I was
Because you just
drunk.
wanted to get me out of your house.
I was drunk.
Because I was trying to take care of you. Because I was worried.
a
crit.
Pass. Crit.
You check your watch. Your dad arranged a meeting for Gwendolyn to be picked up at the airport and brought to him about an hour ago.
Alright, my
can't
papa
believe
wants
you
to
did
see you.
I
He's
don't want
been
to see him.
writing me letters. George Jowett, that fucking asshole. He wants to see you. I don't know why. I haven't talked to
He
him
wants
in
to
a
see
while.
me because I'm successful and then he can mooch off of me.
Yes, my mum thought it was a good idea to make it happen because the Ashmolean Institute's going under. So she says, talk to your father. And
I
maybe
don't
he can
wanna do
help."
it.
We have to go. It's the only. It makes sense.
Make a
So-
drive auto roll for me, Clyde.
I'm so angry with you.
Driving. I am pass.
as you notice that a plume of smoke arises from your engine.
I get out of the car and walk away.
Get back in the car!
No!
Are you mad at me because this expedition wasn't even real?
Yes!
But at least you had a nice time. A nice vacation, no?
It was not a vacation. It was fucking freezing. You sent me.
Change of climate is always nice and refreshing for
You
the
sent
skin.
me. If you wanted to send me somewhere, you could have sent me somewhere nice.
I needed some space, Gwen. You can't keep taking care of me.
Who else is gonna do it?
Not Elfie.
Fuck me. Clyde, you have a look under that hood. If you want to...
I'm just drunk.
If you have a look under that hood, Gwen, you notice that he's fumbling underneath this hot engine.
I don't
Okay,
know.
let me see.
Make a mechanic repair you two to see if you can fix his car.
No. Not gonna happen. No.
So you both are fumbling around.
I don't know what I'm doing.
As there's a mechanic at the airport that's looking at you guys. You guys need help.
I don't
know. Ask him. He's the one who is deciding everything nowadays.
Looks like your engine's having some trouble.
I think it'd be nice. I was supposed to see my dad. I didn't even want to go, but...
Can I see?
Yeah, please, can you help us?
Yeah, for a price.
Give him your money. I don't have
I
any.
don't have any more money.
I'll take your watch.
No, this is the only thing I have left. That's my grandfather's.
I'm sorry, do you want your car fixed or not?
I'm gonna just persuade you to make it happen.
Okay, make a charm. Or persuasion.
Can I persuade him?
Nope.
Can I? What can I do?
Could you just make it work, please? I need to just sit down.
Can I threaten him with my gun?
He works under the hood for a minute and then engine starts again. Have a good night. As he takes your watch and it goes to the pawn shop. Car works.
Well, ready to go.
Sure.
To Oxford! Da, 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 da. As you guys walk through the halls of the Oxford University, you're both your old stomping grounds, pretty much. Gwen Green, you notice that some students, they see you pass and they kind of look up with wide eyes as you kind of hear some snickering like, oh my god, that's Gwen Green, oh my god, that's Gwen Green. And then Clyde passes and you hear kind of the same snickering, but more in a different context, like, oh, that's Clyde.
Why don't you keep our names out of your mouth?
They just get flustered and they kind of just scurry away.
Walk away.
As you guys approach the office of Joe, is it Joe Jowett?
George.
George Jowett of Professor George Jowett's office.
I don't knock. I just open the door.
I don't go in.
I go and sit down and kick my feet up on his desk.
Do you bring in Clyde?
No.
I stand by the doorway.
Gwendolyn Green, welcome back. Did you make a discovery? Is there anything to further the research of this wonderful establishment? Well, we're going to pay handsomely for it.
We made it. To the north. The pole.
Leslie, you must be tired from your adventure. And it must
Yes,
be
I just got back.
nauseating that you're late, too. You can go and find the North Pole, but my son can't even get you here on time.
It's not
As
his
he
fault.
eyes Clyde at the door.
I was late, not him. He was there on time.
Clyde, don't you want to say hello to your father?
He doesn't need to.
I mean, we don't even share a last name, so why do I have to say hello to you?
You look terrible.
Well, I
You'll
did get
want to
that
talk,
from you.
Georgie boy.
That's from your side of the family.
I've heard rumors of what's going on with the family fortune.
My family fortune.
Not yours.
Not anymore. It seems you've squandered it.
Well,
You thought digging around the desert and finding a few gems would right your wrongs? No.
I
would
was
never.
doing it because I was trying to impress him, and that's not good enough for you, Papa.
You continue to do what you've always done, and that is squander your mother's name and spend your time drinking with cutthroats and thieves.
Yes, you're right. I
No,
have syphilis.
What?
No, I'm fine. Sorry, you didn't need to know that. I've been oversharing. lately. It's been a rough year.
Just dropped it on somebody.
It's been a rough year.
Do you know why I'm glad that you don't share my name anymore? So you can no longer embarrass me. Get out of my sight.
Gladly.
And Clyde, don't come back.
Well, that's what Mom said to you when she asked for a divorce.
As there you two are in the hallway of...
Well, I think that went well.
Better than it could have.
Irene, how do you approach these two?
That sounded like it went poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why are you here? Are you a student as well? You're gonna harass us?
My student days are long behind me. I hear you guys are maybe out of money.
Well, it's...
I mean, depends on how you define out of money.
I guess, yes.
You like researching, you like money, is kind of what I'm getting.
I mean,
Yes, pretty much.
one can say this.
Okay. The Ackerman estate has a proposal.
Ackerman... Do you know this name, Ackerman?
You should.
I mean,
do.
it's
Your father-
familiar. It's
father
a
talked
name that
shit
my
about that
father
name
used to
all the
throw around when
time.
we were when I was a kid. What is this? What do you want?
Just you two.
For why?
What are you proposing?
I mean, a drunk and a fake archaeologist? Well, I sent you on a fake expedition! Get you out of my head!
To be real.
It was real, thank you very much.
It was real for you, but that's what my last lover said about our relationship.
The Ackerman estate is looking for a couple people. I'm not usually the one who deals in proposals, but what I can tempt you with is money and another expedition.
Where?
That's not my job.
Interesting.
That's Dr. Ackerman's deal. I was mostly sent to...
And what do you do?
What do I do? I mostly do whatever Ackerman asks me to, and today
Well-
it's a fetch mission, so...
Interesting. How would you do what I asked you to do?
Excuse me?
Sorry. I'm just... It's been a while. Sorry. Honestly... What,
Can we not
I've
go there?
been drinking.
I
Yes.
can tell.
We're going.
We're gonna go.
Yes.
Sounds great. We'll see you there then.
Wait, where?
In the library of Cambridge, Philomena, you look through these books. Will you please tell us about where your adventure left off after the events at the Temple of the Accursed?
Well, it only felt fitting to immortalize our adventure in a book. I wrote it, published it, detailing our adventures at the Temple of the Accursed and the Tomb of Immortality. I thought it would be kind to mention my colleagues by name to give them a bit of a boost. Give them a bit of a boost. I thought it was kind. I thought it was the right thing to do, and I didn't want history to not remember them and their efforts.
You had high hopes.
Yes, hopefully, but there was one person who, post-mortem, learning more about his past and his relations, it felt more fitting to refer to him with an alias. So he's referred to in the book only as the Doctor. And it was published. It did not go over well. I cannot emphasize enough how much this book was hated by academia, by my peers, by some of my friends even. Some of them were very kind when like, I liked this part, but then others were like, girl, this is bad. So that book was kind of enough to make me a laughingstock of academia. I ripped away any sort of funding I could get. Penniless, destitute, and my parents were not pleased either. So, I want to get rid of this curse more than anything. And so I'm thinking, fine, I can do this, I can research it, but I need money. And the only way to get money is to get engaged. So, that man that I ran away from to go to Egypt, that Earl, I rescinded my rejection. Also heavily encouraged by my parents, and they accepted his engagement, which it's horrible actually. It's quite boring and I don't like it, but now I do have a bit of money and I do have access to Cambridge and its resources and everything of the sort. So now all of his money is funneled into me figuring out how to get rid of this curse, because the second I do, this ring is coming off and I'm going back to Egypt, baby.
As you
So fun.
You spend your evenings in the Cambridge Library researching as much as you can and avoiding your time at home.
Mm-hmm.
Please make a library use check.
That is meets it, beats it.
Category are you looking for right now? What are you trying to find?
Well, I started in nonfiction, and then I went down to history, then to Egyptology, and now I think I'm just looking at pieces of parchment, to be quite honest. I don't think they're books anymore. I think they're scrolls.
You're in the archives.
Yes.
Okay. You notice that this group of scrolls is on the 4th level of this bookshelf here.
Well, maybe there's a ladder somewhere.
There is a ladder.
Well, I'm a capable person, and I am going to climb on top of this ladder.
Okay. You place the wooden ladder, click, up against the bookshelf. Will you please make a climb check for me, please?
No.
She can't climb.
She's gonna die.
She can't climb.
That
as well.
critical.
Climb. You get to the tip of the ladder. here.
Excavate the tip!
You get to the top of the ladder. Yeah. You have a split second to try and grab these scrolls here.
Right, well, I catch myself, and it becomes like maybe a bit of a still walk moment.
Please make a sleight of hand check for me, please.
No.
This magnificent oak bookshelf going back as you as you lean back, as the ladder then tips the other way, and your back crashes against the other bookshelf as both bookshelves as this wonderful library of Cambridge just books scattered everywhere, pages flying, rippled in the air. The library staff comes running in, looks at you, horrified. I'm getting security as she runs. So as she goes to try and get security, you have a split moment to look through these scrolls that are now all around you. Do you do it?
Yes, I do. I need to.
Okay. A history check for me, please.
Oh, that makes it. Yeah.
These scrolls mention the Order of Ra.
Okay.
This was an order to fight against Ra's enemies. You see depictions of Ra, the god, fighting a great snake, a serpent-like god, the god of chaos, as they're in this internal struggle with one another. There are depictions of their temple, their headquarters. It is a secluded base where only the seal of Ra can locate by one of their own. Lastly, a powerful artifact. The most powerful artifact that the Order of Ra possesses is the Staff of Ra. You see that in all the depictions. Ra, the god, is holding this staff in all these different murals, all these different parchments, everything. You're scanning and scanning.
When you prayed to Ra?
Yeah, I did.
Ra!
I did, yes. Okay, so
She wants it Ra!
If there was any hope of lifting your curse, would be your best bet. The order seemed to have dissipated 1,000 years ago.
If there's a Freemason on the loose, then there might be a member of the Order of Ra on the loose, so I never know.
The footsteps are getting closer, and now they've finally reached the library. What do you do?
I leave.
You
I'm in there.
arrive back to the Earl's estate.
Yes.
Now, this is your classic, high-class society estate.
though.
Gardens,
Got money.
fountains,
Money.
statues, 2 stories. It stretches on forever. There's probably 14, 15 different rooms in just the opening grand area. Everything you could ever want except happiness. How do you enter? You're right, that was uncalled for.
It's okay.
Everything you've ever wanted except joy.
How do you enter the home?
Before I go in, I take kind of like a... Because walking home determines a certain amount of mental fortitude. And then I take out my key, I unlock the door.
The door unlocks, and then as you open it, there's just like a like it's just like I'm home kind of thing. Is this double door, encrusted with different channels. It just opens up, echoes throughout the entire foyer. There's like 2 spiral staircases that go there and there.
Type of guy.
Philomena!
Excuse me.
Philomena! Is that you?
Yes, it is.
What is that?
I can understand.
I get it now. I get it.
This is perfect. Yeah.
Surely not.
As on top of the grand staircase, you see the Earl in a silk luxurious robe flowing through. Philomena, where have you been?
I have been out on the ton, socializing with other women.
You shouldn't do that.
Why?
You've been gone for too long. There's many house chores that needed your attention. Room 13, 14, and 17 have been rather dusty of late. Are you going to fulfill your duties as a wife? Or not?
First of all, we're not married yet. Second of all,
Oh, we both know that you're going to go through with it.
well, listen.
You have nothing else.
Listen, I understand that you want me to be in charge of
Oh,
staff.
you're talking
But-
quite a lot today. I'm getting rather tired. Would you fetch me a drink? Yeah.
I think
But
kind
that's
of
how I talk
like
to women too,
she's
so-
holding on to like the book bag and it is so tight and there's just like a snap of leather. It's like, of course, anything for you.
That's my sweetie pie. Also,
Yes.
you have a visitor.
What?
I said the same thing. I had no idea anyone would ever want to visit you. But there is one.
I'm gonna murder this man.
Pop off, King.
She's in the other room waiting for you.
Okay. She.
Yes, that's okay. I'm going to my study. After you're done meeting with her, bring my drink. 3 ice cubes, Scotch whiskey.
Yes.
The year 1897.
Yes.
And then he kind of gallivants his way to the next room. Oh, skipping.
Yeah.
You heard all of that, Irene,
Yeah.
in the room over.
Oh my god.
I pick my book bag back up, 2 leather straps, and then I'm like probably so battered and bruised. I'm probably covered in like a bit of blood.
I'd say bruises.
And bruises.
Blunt trauma.
Blunt trauma. And
Internal bleeding.
You broke a couple ribs, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all made sure to say, you look like shit today.
yeah. And so I
Terrible dog.
Fix that for next time.
I go in and I start chipping the ice block.
Irene, will you describe how you are waiting for Philomena as she walked in?
You know, in Atlantis, when Helga's in the dress, I did a costume change. Don't ask where, don't ask how. I am wearing the black dress, pearls, gloves.
Oh my god.
And I'm once again smoking.
Okay. Do I like see you first thing in the room?
Dude, does she?
Is it dark?
Did you want it to be moody lighting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sunset.
All you see is the glow.
Yeah.
cigarette.
Just a red bead.
Yeah,
Just
there
a
we go.
red bead.
Yes.
There we go. Mood lighting.
Yes.
This is a shaded room.
And I just kind of start like chipping angrily at this ice block. And I contemplate the tools a little bit and I put them down.
Philomena Clark.
Hi. Hi. Who are you?
Irene Altman.
I'm sorry. I don't know an Irene Altman.
Work for the Ackerman estate.
History check.
Okay. I do know. That's a pass. I probably do. Yeah.
Yes, you're familiar with them.
Okay.
They operate out of Giza, Egypt,
Okay.
and they are incredibly successful. Almost slightly outcasted by academia, but they're so powerful in their own rights that they don't need their support.
Okay.
It's fine. You're not supported by them anyway.
Yeah.
Anymore.
I go. Oh, that's quite a name to come from.
You made a quiet name for yourself as well.
Not a good one. I'm sorry if you've ever heard it.
No, my boss is very interested.
Your boss.
Dr. Ackerman. He's been reading a lot of your work.
Well, if you've come here to humiliate me any further, I suggest you leave now because, to be quite frank, my spirits are very, very low.
The amount of belief that goes into something like that, we've been laughed out of a couple circles. I understand. And you do look like shit. Come here. And she's going to roll up your sleeve, and she's going to start fixing.
Okay.
Oh, make a first aid check.
Yeah, I pass. I do incredibly well.
You get stitched up for the first time someone takes care of you.
Oh my god.
So hot.
Oh, to be serviced.
Oh my god.
It's quite nice.
I just kind of like look at the stitches. I kind of like very gingerly touch them. I look back. Thank you.
And now, I don't really want to make a business deal on a night where we're having drinks, but Ackerman Estates does want you to visit Egypt. We're thinking about doing another expedition.
An expedition. What are you in search of?
Philomena, my drink!
What? What did I do?
It's taking so long!
Get out of there, girl. Run.
Listen, you need to understand. I would really love to go back to Egypt, but my circumstances have gravely changed.
Your engagement?
Yes.
Is there anything that we can do to convince you? Money? That's why, that's why a woman gets married, yeah?
Don't make me come down there!
Philomena, if you want, I'll go up there and I'll kill him for you.
I heavily consider it. It's not even funny how long I consider it. And I go, I take off my ring and I like drop it in my drink and I go, can you bring this up to him?
I'd love to.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm taking up the drink.
Okay, as you approach, as you go up the stairs, as he's waiting, he's about to come down and storm down, but they see you. Oh, my, are you here to share a drink with me in my study?
I'd love to.
Has a drink.
Well, make a charm roll. And he takes the drink, the goblet.
Yeah, I pass.
He takes it. My favorite. Gulp, gulp, gulp. As the ring. As he starts to choke on the ring. As you're seeing him squirm.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Gross.
Oh, I'm like, oh shit.
You're hearing choking coming from upstairs.
I run and I'm like, well, I didn't drink it. I go.
He's very stupid.
I didn't actually want him to die. I didn't actually. It was just a happy thought. A happy thought.
Okay. I'm going to perform. No. He's dead.
He goes unconscious.
Oh shit. Can I do the thing? I'm gonna fail this. I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to do the thing where you shove the pen in their throat to open it up, because I'm assuming he's unconscious, so he can't cough.
Shake him.
Yes. I'm going
with a
Medicine
pen.
check.
medicine?
Yeah.
Not first aid.
Actually, I'll give you first aid.
Oh no!
As you go to trach him, it just kills him.
Okay. We tried our best. Don't worry about this. I can have some people take care of it. Sounds like you're free for Egypt then?
Well,